Ladies and gentlemen, we have a very important match, deciding match in a best of 3 between Tundra and Team Spirit. We've got Skeeter on the Slark, Farta on the Gyrocopter, 9 on the Ember Spirit, 3-3 on the Lycan, Snaking, one of the best supports in the game right now, on the Shadow Demon, and for Team Spirit we have Miposhka on the Bane, Yatoro, sponsored by Parry Match, on the Magnus, and Toronto Tokyo, in my opinion the MVP of the last match, on the Void Spirit. We've got Dark Willow, Mirror playing that hero, and Collapse from Team Spirit on the Sand King. Let's have a look at a little bit of the action down bot. Cousin Skeeter on the Slark, trying to get in his last hits right now, but a lot of harass by Team Spirit. Moving up to top lane, let's have a look at the Bane and what's happening for Lycan and his friend Shadow Demon. A battle for last hits right now. And something's happening over here with Snaking. Snaking and Bane having a little bit of a fight right now. Snaking with a disruption off on Bane. I'm going to have to be careful of Magnus's Curia right there. About to come past the illusions, but Magnus is going to micro that back into a safe location. And some more dewarding there from the Shadow Demon. Heading to mid lane, let's take a look at Toronto Tokyo on the Void Spirit there against 9 on the Ember. This game has a lot on the line. Winner will be entering the grand final against PSG LGD, battling for a massive prize pool, and we will have a best of 3 if Tundra are able to pull this one out of the bucket. But we've got a little bit of movement. Toronto Tokyo taking a little bit of damage. Out of mana though, so he's going to move back a little bit and focus on his last hits. So far we've got 9 with this bottle, Quelling Blade and some regen, on his way to building a magic wand and some boots also. Definitely getting a little bit of a harass there on Toronto Tokyo. We do have the water runes there for a little bit of regen, but so far so good. Heading down the bot lane, taking a look at Skeeter and Farta for Tundra. Doing their thing. Taking a look at net worth at this early point in the game, we'll see that Magnus is on top with Ember Spirit and Slark in second and third, respectively. Moving back to mid lane. Not a lot happening here. Battle for levels, battle for experience. We do have a very nice searing change, but he's going to move back. And 9, with a little bit of harass on Toronto Tokyo. Toronto Tokyo's line matter is not going to have a way out of this. He's taking a lot of damage. Will 9 be able to take him deep? He's going deep. He's under the tower. It's a battle. Oh my god. And he has gone in. And he's got the first blood, but died right after it. I cannot believe that he ended up getting that first blood. Tundra, 9 on the Ember Spirit, coming in aggressive with the tower dive on Toronto Tokyo. We've got Bane here now, just entered mid. Give a little bit of hand. Take out that solo experience and get a little bit of that support gold so he can help ward, deward, and make a little bit of room for his team. Toronto Tokyo and 9 are now back at mid. Gonna be another battle there. They're gonna both be angry. 9 flexing on Tokyo right now, and he's gonna be fine moving back. Let's take a look at top lane. See how Magnus is going. Now, Yatoro's doing very well. He's maxing out his shockwave right now. Now, that's going to be the clear wave, helping him out with his last hits, and also the Lycan wolves which are coming through. Going to try and take as much advantage of that as possible. Interesting build, what he's starting off with here. He's got a Bracer and a Gloves of Haste along with a Quelling Blade. Going to watch out for your Curia there, buddy. Good work. Yatoro playing very well on the Magnus right now. Let's take a look at Ember Spirit, who's right now on the top of the net worth. And really making the most of it right now. Eating these neutral creeps along with the creep wave. Just completely flexing on Toronto Tokyo right now with his abilities. Ember Spirit in this update is very, very strong. We're seeing him picked a lot. We saw him picked on Team Spirit in the game beforehand by Toronto Tokyo, who is apparently, from what we can see, having a bit of a tough time dealing with Ember Spirit. We must remember these players are the absolute pinnacle of the game of Dota. So anything that you see that might appear wrong, there's always a reason behind it. Never be quick to bash these professionals. This is the absolute top tier of Dota. We're going to see many of these teams from this tournament in the International in just 27 days' time. Keep an eye open. Everything happens for a reason. We're seeing Ember Spirit very low right now. He's got the Bane and the Void Spirit right there, but he does have his magic absorption, as he's put 3 points now into his Flame Guard, absorbing 370 damage, and also doing an AoE DPS of 45 damage per second, which is great. Very, very helpful, especially against the high magic damage that Team Spirit are putting out right now. So far, so good for Tundra. Tundra are really looking at making a comeback right now, and obviously taking this game 2 to bring it to game 3, as they need a win. Team Spirit just got a win. Let's head down to bot. Cousin Skeeter and Farda doing their thing, getting their value. But so far, Team Spirit nice and ahead. We got Collapse. The offlane Sand King so far #1 in net worth. 37 last hits. 2 points in his Sandstorm. Okay, we've got a Gyrocopter missile on him with a stun.
Stop dying out of tips.
Can you stop dying? He's out of tips. Nothing's going to happen there, though. That's just a little bit of a rasp. But let's go up to the Bane and have a look what's happening there in the top jungle. We've got Magnus very, very low and down. Yatoro out for 20 seconds. Bane playing it safe and snaking and 3-3. Dominating this offlane right now with Lycan in position 1. He's got his Helm of Iron Will, Sage's Mask and a Crown, along with his Quelling Blade. 3 points in his Summon Wolves and 2 in his Feral Impulse. Going to be taking a little bit of value. He's got his Helm of Dominator now, along with his Dark Troll Summoner. So very, very strong presence for Tundra at top lane right now. Phasing Bane out of lane and halfway through taking his tower. We've got Lycan who has now ulted. They're going to move on through to Magnus. Oh, absolutely huge play. We've got the skewer though, behind the tower. A few rotations for Team Spirit up to top lane. Oh, he looks for it, he looks for it. It's a huge RP, but it doesn't do it too much. Big shockwaves, bring Ember Spirit a little bit closer. We got 9, moving back. Bane, under attack. Gyrocopter moving in right now for Overpass. But they're going to get this kill on Bane. Moving through. Dark Willow is very low as well, but Dark Willow does not look like she's going to be able to get away with that. She Shadow Realms, hoping to escape, but Tundra 9 and Fido right on her tail, and she's going to drop as well. Mirror is going to get away. And she's down. You're out of there. Team Tundra up 4-1 right now. Taking a look at Lycan, doing a little backdrawing there. We could see him still. And top tower looks like it might just fall for Team Tundra. The game is falling in their favor with a 1k lead. Moving down the bot. We've got Collapse on Sand King. Still ahead in the net worth at 3.6k. Building his Soul Ring for his mana regen. He's got infused range drops and he's just built his phase boots as well. So, which is the reasoning behind that. I find it's going to be helping a lot with his last hits. The Caustic Finale within the Sandstorm, and while he's ahead, it's going to be one of the better things to do. Oh, this is the last hit there. Collapse playing a near perfect Sand King game this game. Skeeter, who in the last year has really just exploded on the scene as one of the top tier carries the professional scene has to offer right now. Moving through his bottom lane with a presence. Take a look at Yatoro on the Magnus for Team Spirit, who is now down bot. But we've got something happening at mid. Let's take a look at Void Spirit in Toronto, Tokyo there. They have Fata. Fata on the Gyrocopter, looking like it's going to drop. We got the Shadow Realm, Toronto, Tokyo, and he will drop for a kill for Team Spirit, bringing him that one step closer to getting something big. Nine's going to back out there. Secure is fun. Bane's going to poke, but not too much. Slark having a... I think Slark is having a really good game this game, Dota fans. They're not putting too much pressure on him right now, but they're really going to want to. He's got a Tumblr's Toy in stash. We got Collapse there on the Sand King. He's going to sit there in the lane. Slark doesn't want to do too much with it. Slark's going to farm the jungle wire. Collapse. Oh, and they will meet here with a back from Collapse. Going back to mid, we've got a lot of action at mid with Toronto Tokyo heading back to, well, Fata wants his revenge on Bane. There he is with the missile. We got Snaking moving in and moving out. Tundra in the lead right now, albeit a very small lead on the net worth. And both teams just looking at creating space and making something happen. But we might have something happening above with Tundra moving on to the Team Spirit Sand King. Void Spirit's here to help. Sandstorm initiated. We have a Dust from Gyrocopter moving in now. Team Spirit with the kill on Snaking on the Shadow Demon. Moving on Gyrocopter. And Fata is down again to even the score up. For Team Spirit. What's going to happen here? Will Team Spirit be able to 2-0 Team Tundra? It's just a matter of time and we will see. 11 minutes into the game right now, we are at a 4-all deficit with, in the last 5 minutes, Team Spirit up 3-0 in kills. So a little bit of a comeback and a little bit of a swing for them. Net worth sitting very evenly for both teams right now. Let's take a look at Dark Willow at top. See what's happening there for Mirror, sponsored by Harry Match. Big shout out to DOTA PIT for putting on this tournament and giving me the ability to cast this replay of such an important game with the International 10, $40 million USD plus prize pool owned under a month away.
Your anger is
My name is Lootfreak. I appreciate you watching. Let's get in to the site of 9 and see what he's doing there. A little bit of a zoom out. We've got Lycan in the Radiant Jungle farming Triangle. We've got Magnus from Team Spirit and the Dial at mid, getting his net worth in. Lots of wards right now. We may have a little bit of action happening there at bot. When we do, with a move on Bane. 9 on the Emperor Spirit. Almost all the team is down here. Huge ulti by the Gyrocopter doing huge damage onto Team Spirit. Gyro, snaking, Shadow Demon is down. We've got 9 on the way out. It looks like Tundra is moving back. Yatoro, so close to Fata, but they're not going to get him, and they do with Void Spirit. Brilliant game by Toronto Tokyo. And Toronto Tokyo did have a tough start game. He was challenged quite a few times, but he's swinging it back around. With another impressive mid-game coming in... mid-positioning, mid-game coming into the middle part of the game. And they do catch out 9 on the Ember Spirit. It was a little bit too deep for Team Spirit's liking, and they will capitalize on that confidence. Now, one of the reasons that we see Ember Spirit playing with confidence is because of a skill called Fire Ribbon. And if you play Dota, you may have seen him zipping around with that ulti. He zips back and forth, it does an AoE damage, and if you get certain items, if you put the Fire Spirit before you zip to it, it'll actually have a slight radiance effect almost. It's a very, very interesting hero with lots of mechanics, which is why we see it in these pro games. Now Lycan, with a very, very strong game right now. He's already got his Helm of the Overlord and his little army. Let's have a look down at mid and what's happening here with Team Spirit all clumped together, potentially looking for another kill. 14 minutes in, Team Spirit is up 4-7 in kills, and Team Spirit is now in the net worth lead, albeit a small one, up 1k. Yatoro and the Magnus is doing great, keeping up with the Lycan in net worth, and we have Skeeter down, doing his thing in the Radiant side on the Slark. We'll see him entering the game soon and putting in work onto a lot of the characters by Team Spirit if he gets his timings right and gets his items in the right time and the right place. He doesn't want to commit too much of his time to these fights just due to the fact that Slark is a hero that does need some items, especially against a team like Team Spirit and the composition of heroes that they put together. They've got a lot of AoE damage, they've got a lot of magic damage, they've got a lot of shutdown. So you don't want to get caught out early game on a slug. That's very, very important. Let's take a quick look at top and mirror on the Dark Willow. They're going to see what they can do. Toronto, Tokyo, poking out there, but nothing much. 3-3. 3-3 in the last 6 months has played terrific Dota also. And Mirror.
Never refuse gold given.
On the Dark Willow. Hanging around mid, checking out what we can do. We got Collapse on the Sand King. He was first earlier in the game, but he's slowly moved back a little bit. Still got 100 last hits and 1 denied. With 9. Not too sure if he wants to commit or not. Fartar on the Gyrocopter sitting behind and just kind of protecting his mid. Oh, where we at? Oh, and we do have a jump. We've got a huge jump on 9. Epicenter, the fake out onto Fartar on the Gyrocopter. Sand King's going to try his best to get out. He's got 3 seconds left on his stun. Will he be able to burrow strike out? And he burrow strikes out. Big gank for Bane and Sand King on 9. Ember Spirit out for 20 seconds. Team Spirit have Tundra outnumbered now. They're going to move bot, see what they can do. Will they get another kill? They do get another kill there on Gyrocopter. Fartar is down. Team Spirit now have a 5-3 hero lead on the board. They're going to try to take mid tower, which is a good move. Open up the map, get the objectives. We have some taunts now from Mirror. And Tundra yet to get a kill in the last 11 minutes. Team Spirit really turned this game around from what we saw in the first 5 or 6 minutes. It looked like Tundra were about to get momentum rolling and really put in a valiant effort to try and bring this game back and bring the series to 1-1 and take it to a third game. But, guys, it looks like Team Spirit are going to be turning it around. Let's take a look at 3-3 on Lycan with his little army moving up through top. No one's really near him. Toronto, Tokyo on the Void Spirit heading up to top lane to secure some farm. And we've got Yatoro on the Magnus. Now something might be happening here because Yatoro is just hanging about. Although we've got Fartar, 9 and Snaking moving in and surrounding him. He's going to decide to move out there. He does have vision. And head back to his bottom lane. Let's take a look at Skeeter on the Slug at mid. Securing his farm, making it happen with what we do about Bane and Sand King. Collapse and Miposhka working together. Working together like peanut butter and jelly? Or, where I'm from, Vegemite and butter. If you haven't tried Vegemite, do give it a try. It is delicious. Now, Collapse and Yatoro, they're all bot. We've got Bane TPing through to the top jungle. Hiposhka. Toronto, Tokyo. We do have a potential Roche attempt here by Skeeter and the team of Tundra. Stuns out on Dark Willow. Team Spirit is aware. Catch out on Collapse. Catch out on Fartar, and Fartar is down. They're not going to be able to secure this Roche. Absolutely massive skewer by Yatoro. Well played. Good night, Irene. And that's Fartar down again on the Gyrocopter, sitting at only 2,500 net worth. I think ideally, Tundra would like their Gyrocopter to be above the Shadow Dim. And a huge ancient stack for Yatoro and Team Spirit right now. Getting a lot of neutral items, some really good neutral items for their team also. Yatoro has his blink, has his Echo Saber, his treads, almost has his blink. We're going to be seeing a very big Magnus this game. That's going to be fun. And 9 with his Maelstrom, Phase Boots, Blowing Blade, Magic Stick. He's got a double damage though, stored and ready, so something could be happening. We do have a kill on Sand King. We missed out on watching that, but let's take a look. Tundra, Skeeter with that kill. Good work, Skeeter. And they're looking at coming back and taking this Roche again, which may be possible without the Sand King now, because Tundra have a 5-hero lead. Roche is dropping fast. Moving back, let's have a look at Shadow Demon and Gyrocopter, making sure that Tundra are able to secure this Roche. Although Fada is deep and Fada is down again! Tundra do secure the Aegis, but at the cost of losing the Gyrocopter yet another time. Snaking has been playing wonderful Shadow Demon lately. He's actually inspired me to play it a little bit more in my own personal games. He just has a certain way of really imposing his will in games. Although it doesn't seem to be working out to a great effect this game. If you take a look at his previous games and do take a look at some of his highlights, man, you will be impressed. Let's take a look at Mikoshka from Bane. On Bane from Team Spirit, pardon me. Running around with Sand King, I'm a huge fan of Collapse on Sand King and Mikoshka on the Bane. These guys have been working together really well this game. Let's see what else they're able to make happen. Take a look at bot lane, and we'll see bot tower under attack, and Void Spirit in the river, heading through to Radiant jungle. And it looks like he's going to maybe put on a little bit of a push, but going up to the top, let's take a look at 3-3 on the Lycan. We've got Sand King by the top tower for Team Spirit, but then we've got Team Tundra now, imposing their will inside the Dire's jungle at top. Ember Spirit from Team Tundra will be TPing top to defend from Void Spirit's push. We're going to see a little addition there to a talent for Ember Spirit. He's just got a bonus Flame Guard absorption of 280 damage, which is going to be really helpful against this high magic damage team that Team Spirit are putting up. Taking a look at top lane, Skeeter. Very fun. He's got his Diffusal Blade now along with his Echo Saber. Putting in lots of work, showing you that you do not need to be a POS 5 to be warding. He's got 2 sentries and he's got 3 sentry wards on him right now. What a legend. And obviously, just making sure you get mass efficiency. You don't want a POS 5 having to rotate up to that jungle, slapping a support sentry down, when you can do it yourself, take the creeps and get out of there. We've got some stacks there in the Radiant jungle, and Slark is going to move in and take that as well. Now, net worth still, it's been back and forth by about a K the entire game. Very close at this stage, very close. Let's take a look at Yatoro on the Magnus. He's got his Black King bar right now, and he's also playing with the Brigand's Blade neutral item, which means your damage, your melee attacks are going to do, well, your attacks say, 7 more damage to enemies for each 10% HP they're missing. Very useful item. Moving down, having a look at Slark.
Dire's bottom tower is under attack.
She's moving behind the Magnus. We're about to have a big team fight here from the look of it. We've got Sand King there. Are they aware of it? No, they're not. Sand King with the Sandstorm. Yatoro moving back on the Magnus. Skid is going to move back in. He jumps and he misses. Oh no, he does capture the Dark Willow. Dark Willow Shadow Run, but will he capture him after it? And he's on Dark Willow. Dark Willow Mirror from Team Spirits, looking like she's about to drop. Will she drop? And she does. Bane moving back behind the safety of the tower. Void Spirit is in top lane, but he's just decided to cancel his TP, and he's running back now. Was that a mistake or on purpose? No, it was on purpose. I think what he's going to do is maximize his farm. They're not going to be pushing any towers. They still have the tier 3 tower, but and just make the most of it with a little bit of a taunt right there too. Let's take a look at Yatoro on the Magnus. Getting his farm there at top with his Void Spirit and Bane right nearby. Team Spirit are up 11-6, and they have a capture on the Slark. Big ulti by the Bane, and Team Spirit. Aegis is down. They're going to capture him, or will they? Slark is out. Skeeter with a really good play right there. He's got his Aghanim Scepter up. Ooh, that was a close one. That would have been bad news for Slark if Sand King caught him there. Taking a look at 9 on the Underspirit for Team Tundra. Just by the river.
Dire's bottom tower is
Poking around there. Sand King and Underspirit aren't going to kill each other, although we do have a kill there in the Dire jungle by Yatoro and company. Moving on to the Ancient Lycan. Lycan taken down, and he will be out for 40 seconds. Things are starting to look really good for Team Spirit. And we may just be looking at a Team Spirit versus PSG LGD Grand Final for the OGA DOTA PIT Sapphire tournament. Team Spirit, sponsored by Parimatch. Big shout out to everybody at DOTA PIT for putting on these events. Gives us a chance to obviously watch these professionals play, but also improve our own gameplay when we're watching too, by having a look what these guys are doing and seeing some of the most efficient tactics available in the game right now. Now taking a look at Toronto Tokyo down bottom the Void Spirit. He's got his Yule Scepter, Boots of Travel, he's got his Axe as well. Does his Dissimulate, moves on through. You've got Slark who's just jumped in. Been banished. Doesn't look like Void Spirit's going to get away, and they do get the kill. Tundra gets a kill on Void Spirit. Void Spirit is out of game for 50 seconds. Taking a look at mid. Sand King is in the Tundra triangle with Bane and Dark Willow doing a little bit of warding. Magnus has just come into the picture as well, where at top tower it looks like Team Spirit's just about to attempt a top push here, which they might be able to do because Tundra seem to be mostly on the bottom side of their mid path. Although we do have Faster on the Gyrocopter slowly moving in with his team, and Team Spirit will get the top tower. This game is a close game, net worth wise.
Dire's bottom tower is under attack.
We're actually seeing it not get any more or any less than about 1,000 gold for 26 minutes straight now. Very exciting stuff. It could swing either way. It really, really could swing either way. Although it does appear to me, I don't know if it appears to you this way, but it appears to me that Team Spirit are playing with a little bit more cohesion as a team, which is important. We know that Dota is, it's not just a game of chess, but it's a game of wit. It's a game of, it's a mental game. 80% of the game is mental. If you're not in the right mindset, you're going to come to the game, you know, not playing your best, which is why we see teams come in after a hard loss and maybe struggle a little bit because they weren't able to use that new game, new me mentality and really kind of refresh before that second game. It's a very hard thing to do. Not many of us can do it. And that's what makes all of these players so amazing to watch. They completely refresh their minds and come into every game with new tactics and new mindsets. Yeah, we got Tundra. 5 kills behind Team Spirit. Even on towers. Some big tier 3 items dropping there from the side of Team Spirit, with the Elven Tunic, Ceremonial Robe, and Blast Squid picked up. Now we have a smoke from Team Spirit, moving on to... Oh, and a big jump on Sand King from 9. Gyrocopter's dropped his ulti as well. It looks to me like Collapse will drop, and we've got 50 seconds dead on the Sand King. Moving in, Slark on the Bane. Fear from Dark Willow. And they do have the Lycan captured out, but his movement speed is going to be far too fast. Moving back onto Void Spirit. Void Spirit's going to be a little bit too deep here. He might get back. Tokyo Joy, and a huge RP from Magnus. What a move from Yatoro. And where was the damage? Where was the damage? Team Spirit moving in. Tundra moving in now. We got Skeeter, who's going to be chasing. Skeeter with a big pass, and he almost scored Void Spirit. Very close there to a big gold swing.
Distortions.
For Tundra, but
Distortions.
weren't able to grab it. A few taunts there by Toronto Tokyo, and a tip on the side of Faster. Guys, keep in mind, although you do see some taunting, you see some voice lines and sprays, most of these guys, they're all great mates. They see each other every week in tournaments and have been playing against each other for years and years. Remember, these are professionals. These guys get paid more than a lot of the professional athletes that you see when they're winning these tournaments, and they should be treated as such. So remember, if you do see something you don't agree with, it might be because your IQ isn't as high as theirs. Now, if you've got this far, please do consider hitting that like and subscribe button. My name is Ludwig, and I am on a mission to be one of the main casters for TI11. I'm a massive fan. I've been watching every TI since the first, and I've been playing Dota since I was in high school. Yes, I'm an old man. Yes, I'm 30 years old, but I'm not going to give up till I am there. Someone give Gabe a call and get me in on this. Like and subscribe. We've got Cousin Skeeter now moving in on midway. Let's take a look there and see what Mish is up to. Mippo is up to at top with your Toro there. Just getting a little bit net worth, doing a little bit of farming, having a look at items. Looks like the 4-staff is going to be being built on the side of Bane. And Sand King doing great work there with his constant wave pressure and damage with his sandstorms. We do have a little bit of a movement in Dire Jungle. Let's take a look there. We've got Slark jumping an illusion. Did he know? We don't know. Did he know? Oh! And a big skewer and grab there by Magnus. Yotoro, huge. Absolutely clapping Magnus. And now on the Slark. Skeeter chasing down Magnus. We've got Lycan on the Void Spirit. Void Spirit looks like it's about to drop 9 full health, more half mana on the Ember Spirit chasing through. Will they capture Bane? We don't know. Bane's Nightmare through to Ember. Ember's out of the Nightmare. Gyro's now there. Barta on the Gyro. He's been disrupted. Void Spirit staying back. Void Spirit dead, sorry. Shadow Demon trying to stay back. We've got Ember Spirit moving in very quickly now. Chasing down the Sand King with Gyro behind him as well. Will they capture him? It's going to be a really big jump if they're able to. And we've got the Sand King who jumps back in. He's looking for a high five. Collapse is looking for a high five. What a cheeky bugger. And they've got the big skewer. They jump 9. Force him into the base, but they're not going to be able to save him. They do get the kill on the Sand King as well. It looks like Tundra's fight might work. It might work. They don't have any vision though. They're not able to get the Magnus, who was on very low health. Yotoro gets away with only 300 health. You cheeky bugger. Good work. Good work. And Team Tundra are going to run into the roast pit and try to secure a quick roast. We've got Yotoro already on the Magnus in the mid lane. Picked up a regen rune, heading into the Dire Triangle. Team Spirit 16-10 with a 6-kill lead on Team Tundra right now. They are 1 game ahead in this best of 3 series. Team Tundra in a win it or you're out of here situation. Ride or die. And a Roche secured for the team of Tundra and the Radiant. With Skeeter picking up that Aegis. What we might see right now is a very aggressive Slark. Having his Skullbasher, having his Ags, has his Shard and the Aegis. We've got Slark circling off his jungle, perhaps indicating to the team that he knows they have a couple of members of Team Spirit in the jungle warding up and gaining vision. Right now, both teams playing each other's jungles, getting each other's net worth. Dark Willow sitting at mid. We're following Slark right now. Skeeter on the Slark. Working with a Titan Silver right now. Looking for a gank under this smoke. Will they find it?
Bottom tower is under attack.
Void Spirit. Playing it safe. Team Spirit. Looking at a push, but we've got Cousin Skater with a gank there. So Slark was looking for a gank and was aggressive with that smoke. Taking out the Dark Willow. Not a kill with too much value, but they'll take it. Anything to get them a bit closer to evening up this this kill-death ratio and putting a bit of pressure on the map side of Dire.
is under attack.
Team Spirit now. Going to have to come to mid and defend this tower unless they're giving it away. Nippo on Bane, down the bot. We got 9 on Ember Spirit from Tundra, moving in through the Dire Jungle. Void Spirit at top, sitting by his racks at bot. Pardon me.
Haste.
Oh, now we got Tundra perhaps moving in. Okay. Oh, and Skeeter jumps. He doesn't have a big AB. He's under vision. He does have the Aegis though, and he has jumped the Bane, but nothing came of it. Sanking has just jumped in. Team Skeeter. Okay, let's go. Tundra's moving in, trying to get this rack. They're trying all they can. Gyrocopter ulti. We got Yule Scepter on the Sanking. He's fine. Skeeter. No mana. Very low health. Regenning fast with Slark's passive. Lycan putting a lot of pressure on this Rax right now. And the tower has fallen. We got Magnus sitting in the triangle of Team Tundra. And Tundra will back, only securing the tower of the bot Rax. Very interesting, very strong play. And securing it there. They're going to chase Yatoro, who has Shadowbladed himself out and is TPing right next to 9. You cheeky bugger. It gets out of there. So happy days for Yatoro and Team Spirit. They do lose a Rax, but they do not lose a Magnus. And Magnus gone for the Orchid Malevolence. Great pickup there. Who do we think that's going to be used on? Most this game. We're going to be seeing that used on the Shadow Demon, the Ember.
Double damage.
Or perhaps the Slark.
I'll take that.
Regardless, what we do know is someone with Yatoro's capability is going to be using it a lot. And probably at the right time. Let's take a look at Skeeter on the Slug. Farming away. He's still got Aegis. They're gonna want to use this Aegis soon. I believe it might be running out of time sooner rather than later. Skeeter, 9 and Fighter now in Dire Jungle. They're aware of a ward, I think. They're pinging it out anyway. Snaking pinging bot, and one of the other team members pinging top. I pick up a flicker by snaking on the Shadow Demon. Take a look at Team Spirit, Toronto Tokyo at top lane on the Void Spirit. Pushing through, he's got his shard. He's got a KO Sand. And we've got 9 jumping into the middle of Team Spirit. He's just been ulted by Bane and he's going to drop. Very, very big pickup there on the side of Team Spirit. We've got a Dissimulate by Void Spirit. Trying to pick him up. They don't quite catch him. We've seen this before. But we've got Skeeter who's just run in. Take a look at Skeeter. The Aegis has just run out and he's going to die. Oh! Skeeter's just died. His Aegis ran out 1 second before he died. That timing. Massive plays for Team Spirit. 4k up. 19 to 11. 8 kills up. Timer slowly picked up by Magnus. And Team Spirit may be able to push through right now. Team Spirit may be able to secure a Rax even. What are they going to do? Tundra only have a Lycan and Gyrocopter up, and the Gyro's at the bottom of the net worth. He's not going to be able to do anything against Magnus. All he's got's a Glimmer Cape and a Magic Wand. You're joking. Mate, Magnus is looking at this Gyro right now thinking, don't walk at me, mate. You're joking. You're joking if you think you can walk at me. Magnus is just going to walk through staunching everybody down right now because not only did he have his Orchid before, he's got his bloody Bloodthorn right now. No one's going to be stopping him. Yatoro. Bloody MVP of this game. 25k up and just looking unstoppable. Let's take a look at Fartar on the Gyro, speaking of, and see what he's doing. Playing a really, really good game for what's been available to him this game. We've all had experiences in this game if you're a player where things just don't go your way, and it's been one of those games for Fartar. And even with the pressure of having the other team on them and having to support his team, he's really shown us that you don't give up and you just keep pushing through. Fartar is one of the best professionals we have on the scene right now, so keep a close eye on him. And guys, if you haven't followed them on your socials, make sure you follow them too. Drop a line. Say hi to Snake King. 9, Fartar. Say hi to the boys from Tundra. And hi to the boys from Team Spirit too. They're going to be playing in the International soon. You beauty. Okay, looking at Magnus and Team Spirit. With Sand King right here. Sand King and Collapse playing Sand King is circling off the triangle, indicating to his team that they want to gank. We've got Yatoro on the Magnus. He's used his Silver Edge, looking for something, and they have a gank out on Fartar. Fartar 2 deep once again, and he's going to gank. He is dead. They've got the kill. The Bane ulti on Ember Spirit. Bane's going to move in right now on to Ember Spirit, moving back. Let's take a look at Ember Spirit, what he's doing there. 9 with the kill on Bane. Chasing through to... Oh, okay, we have a outnumbered battle right here where... Oh, and Sand King had to waste his ult. No! Oh! Great bloody play. 9's gonna chase. 9's gonna chase. Are they gonna be able to get him? And Slark will too on Skeeter, and they get the double kill. Skeeter, will he live? Okay, Shadow Demon. Oh, Slark and Ember are down. Sand King is here. A kill on Shadow Demon, Snake King too. This fight is just swung back in the way of Team Spirit. Can you believe it? Oh no, Fartar. Get out of there, Fartar. Fartar. Sand King. Toronto, Tokyo. And Collapse putting in work. Team Spirit have just shown us why they are considered one of the best teams in Dota today. Absolutely brilliant work on the side of these pros. The whole Team Tundra is dead. And 9k gold behind. It's going to be an interesting match from here. If you haven't liked and subscribed to the Loot Freak YouTube, make sure you do that now too. I'm a new caster, and my goal is 1 year from now to cast the International 11. Let's take a look at the Sand King right now and see what he's up to. Sand King from Team Spirit is in Tundra's jungle in their triangle. De-warding, killing creeps, and just overall being a very useful team player. We've got something happening here at mid tower. Void Spirit, Toronto, Tokyo dropping low. He will escape with his life. They don't have Gyrocopter yet, not for another couple of seconds anyway. We've got Ember Spirit 9 moving in. Skeeter on the Slark, trying his best to make himself noticed by Team Spirit. Big long pounces. And the jump on the Sand King, but Sand King's Burrow Strike will get him out of there on time. And I spoke too soon. Sand King is dead. Tundra pick up a kill. Dark Willow being chased by Lycan Wolves. Team Spirit gonna move back. Kill some Lycan Wolves and see what Tundra's move is from here. We've got Fartar, who's just been picked off again. Fartar. Fartar with 11 deaths this game. 1 kill and 1 assist. And like I say, guys, even when you may think a professional is dying too much, or a professional, or one of these professionals isn't doing something you would do in one of your games, there's always a reason behind it. So there's always a reason behind kind of reducing the judgment you see, because this is a game of chess, and this game of chess has over 100 chess pieces. So let's keep that in mind and let's be respectful. With Skeeter now moving in, Team Spirit with an 11 kill lead and 11k net worth. 11-11. The numbers are aligning for Team Spirit as they look to take this series out. flawlessly 2-0. It's a best of 3 series. And versus PSG LGD in the grand final. Make sure you tune in for that live on the DOTA PIT channels. It's going to be a great game. We've got the International 10 just around the corner, but we have Void Spirit as well getting attacked by Team Tundra, and he will drop. Toronto Tokyo has died at top lane. Team Spirit a little bit apprehensive now. They don't know what to do without their Void Spirit. Should we go in? Shouldn't we? What do we do? We've got the Lycan Zoo heading through. Oh no, Sand King's just jumped. Huge Sandstorm. Shadow Demon with the disruption. We've got Bane waiting for the right moment to drop his... Oh, big buyback from Void Spirit. Void Spirit's just TP'd in. This fight's happening in Team Spirit's jungle. Shadow Demon putting in work on the outside. Buyback from the Slark. We got 2 buybacks in this fight now, with Gyrocopter dead as well. Ember Spirit putting in work, although he's just been Yule Scepted. We've got Magnus trying to run away with almost 0 health. He must be sitting on 1%. Tundra coming to put away, but Lion's died. 9 is down. This fight has just swung in the favour of Team Spirit. Team Spirit now putting in work. They get the kill on... And buybacks all around. Shadow Demon has brought back now as well. Lycan down. Team Spirit heavily out. Lycan with the buyback as well. Tundra all in. Toronto Tokyo with the true Apple kill. And Skeeter with the sneaky kill on Bane from behind. But that fight heavily in the favour of... Oh! Will Skeeter be able to do something here? Tundra on the move. Collapse! Will you be able to get out of there? Oh, Lycan is down again. Buyback is down on Lycan. Ember Spirit is down. Slark is down. Buybacks are down. This is getting as close as you can to a perfect game for Magnus. Have you seen the RPs? Have you seen the skewers? Have you seen everything he's been doing? Oh, if they capture Shadow Demon as well here. Good night, Irene. Team Spirit are going to move in right now for some objectives. We only have Gyrocopter left. Let's take a look over at Fartar and see what he plans on doing to defend his base from this onslaught of Team Spirit. And you know what Fartar says? Bugger that, I'm going to base, mate. And Team Spirit, they're gonna skip the racks. They say, you know what, we don't even want the racks. We're going to go straight, and they get Fartar too. GG is called. Team Spirit, go to the finals. Team Spirit. What a series for Team Spirit. With a flawless 2-0 victory in this best of 3 series against Tundra, knocking Tundra out and putting themselves in the driver's seat versus PSG LGD in the grand final of the DOTA PIT Sapphire Series tournament. We are 1 month out from TI10. Make sure you're tuning in for all these pro games and make sure you follow everybody on social media. Thank you to DOTA PIT for these games, and thank you to Valve for such a great game. Icefrog, you're the man, and my name is Loot Freak. I'm looking at casting TI11 next year. Like, follow, and subscribe. It is my goal, my word, that you'll see me casting a pro game soon live. Thanks for watching, guys, and big congratulations to Team Spirit. What a flawless game. Peace.